Good morning, everybody. How you doing? It's me, San Martin, and Eric Knight of the Prescott Times here at the PEO studio. You do not want to miss this, so please stay on here because we got something to give you at the end of the show. With that being said, let's get started. How you doing, Instagram? Let's go ahead and pull this. See, I don't even know. One day I am just going to be ready to go.
I'm just already jamming.
Welcome to the 863 Morning Show with your hosts, San Martin Rodriguez and Eric Knight. Go ahead and do all.
There we go.
How's it going, Eric?
We're not sitting far apart. We're expecting a guest.
Yeah, we got a pretty big, amazing guest that we definitely don't want to go ahead and give you the whatever.
It's in the title.
Oh, sorry.
Smooth.
Yeah, I was trying to be like.
It's really... all good. It's all good. You ready for the day?
Yeah,
I don't think you're ready for this one.
What do you mean?
All right.
I'm always ready.
It is National Slinky Day. Did you ever have a Slinky?
Yes, and that thing kept on getting freaking messed up.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Have you ever seen the videos of the Slinky guys that were just like.
Yeah, and watch them go down the stairs.
And they're doing all this craziness.
Yeah. Is that still a thing?
I have no clue, but it was definitely the our day fidget tools.
Fidget spinner.
That was our fidget spinner for us.
Spinners.
Back in the days, it was a pretty amazing time to have all those because I mean, just face it. Okay, so
it was high tech.
It was weird high tech. It was like somebody like just happened to come upon it and like, oh, look at this. Let's kind of move down. Anyway,
hi Haley, I see you.
Hello, Haley. How are you guys doing?
Yep.
Okay, so we have a special guest this morning, the mayor of Prescott Valley, Kell Palguta. He's going to be showing up here shortly. But at the same time, we had an amazing weekend. I wanted to go ahead and show you just a tad bit of it because I tell you what, it was an actual really cool time. And shout out to Eric because he's the one that actually put this thing on.
Apologies, my correction at the end of round number 3.
So,
our condolences and blessings to Mr. Abraham Garcia on healing and getting better. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by TKO. And now,
he's up on stage.
I forgot the name of the fighter, but they definitely did a good.
The ring was all set up cool. It had no rain. The turnout was great. The weather was amazing, and the lights were.
Yes. Oh, we were stressing, Eric. We were definitely stressing.
Look how bright it is. It's great with the lights.
Yeah, so this is definitely at 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So
it's actually around first. It's around 9.
We lit up that whole area. But anyways, if you guys missed that, this
crowd's on the other side, so yeah, lots of people there.
And if you guys did, we're going to go ahead and put that on again. It was really, really cool. We actually had a very, very big weekend for the Prescott Times. Thursday night was comedy night, which was a sold out show. Then Friday we had the business mixer over at the Desert Rose Retreat, and then followed up with the boxing tournament on Saturday. Oh my gosh, I'm so exhausted. I'm like, Monday, usually I could go ahead and utilize it for a day off, but it turned out to be that this is not going to happen because
Motivation Monday.
Yeah, we are 100% on a full stream. What do you call it?
Full steam ahead.
Full steam ahead.
Yep, like
we can.
Railroad train. Ding dong. All right, so
yeah.
Logan says he's starting the stars early, so
get the stars early. I can't hear you over the ring announcer and music. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Well, let me go ahead and go back. We ended up having a opportunity to actually get into the ring and present the last of the
belts.
Yeah, of
the main event.
Yes, and so it was a title fight, and they actually it's the International Kickboxing Federation, so that means that they could go all over the world, and they actually get into their title. Meaning that they are actual that title holder. So it's pretty cool to be a part of something so big here locally in Prescott. So anyways,
it was awesome.
Aloha Cimarron Fritas.
So yeah,
can you say that name?
I can't. I didn't try.
Can you give that in syllable form?
Yeah. So it was a great event, and so Los Pinos was a great host.
Yes.
They did really well. We ate there. They had lots of food, and they had that outside bar. It was a pretty cool event.
Yeah, I loved it. There was a lot of little hiccups at the end of the during the whole thing. The lights wouldn't come on. They went on before, so we're like, oh, no problem. We'll just go ahead and plug it in. Everything will be fine. No, it did not happen. So we were shuffling around.
It could have been worse. Could have been in the dark.
It could have been really worse. I mean, it wouldn't have gone down. And it was kind of crazy because we actually had an issue in the morning where we were supposed to have those floodlights in there, and the floodlights weren't coming through. And so early in the morning, I'm shuffling around to try to find it. So shout out to Prescott Equipment Rentals. They hooked us up, and well, they didn't technically hook us up. We still had to pay it pretty.
But they had it for you.
Yeah,
nothing like last minute.
And I mean, these are events that hardly ever. We used to host these all the time in Prescott, Arizona, and now they haven't been really active at all.
It's been almost 2 years, right?
It's been well, Prescott Valley has been about a year. Well, more, I guess 2 years now.
Yeah,
we're getting to the 2 year mark. But we ended up having one out in Prescott Valley. Well, we had two out there in Prescott Valley over at Little Deal of Prices. But we ended up switching it up to have one in Prescott over at the Los Pinos parking lot, and it was great. I thought it was great. I thought it was a huge turnout for all the fighters that are from all over the nation. So they were coming from all over.
Somebody came from like Georgia, like in the girls division. One came from Georgia, one came from Las Vegas.
Yeah. So they were traveling. They were definitely traveling. And thank you. Yeah, Haley. She said it was a great event. We also had. Should we talk about it? I don't know if she's watching. Lily, she was like, I want to fight. And Eric's like, no. I was like, oh, man. Yeah. And then they said, what do you think? And I'm like, oh, no, this is a rock and a hard place. So anyways, I had to agree with Eric. And now Lily doesn't like it.
Yeah, well.
It's all right.
She'll get over it.
You'll get over it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's an awesome sport.
And Cecilia had to talk to her. And she's like, yeah, when I was little, I went to fight too.
Yeah.
Is what she said. She said her dad took her to Vegas and they got to see a fight in person. And one of the girls got punched in the face. And she's like, oh, they can do that? They can mess up your face?
Oh, yeah.
And she was done.
Yeah. No, underneath his glasses, my nose is broken. So
because you used to fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, all the time.
Like
even out of the
ring. I was going to say in a ring.
I both all over the place. Oh shoot! And oh no! All right, turn off the screen. Turn off the screen.
Turn Lily off. All right,
turn her out. She gonna punch me in my nose, man, again. So guys, it was an amazing weekend. We still are full steam ahead. We want to talk about what's happening in Prescott Valley as far as what's going on in the political field, and also what's happening as far as events.
And we'll do that with Mayor Kell when he gets there.
And
weather.
Yeah, the weather is.
You got so lucky this weekend. You know that
we got way lucky.
Did you see that storm after your thing was over? Like 1 o'clock in the morning, it hit hard.
Oh no, we went back and had to tear down the whole ring and stuff like that, and it was all wet. Everything was wet. I mean, I didn't even know exactly what to say. Besides the fact was that we were actually jumping on. Every seat was wet. The whole freaking thing was
somebody
wet.
Likes you because.
I told you, Eric. I said, hey.
Like it rained beforehand. Down by the airport on Saturday, it poured. TC Carpet Care posted the video of their rain and hail that they were getting down by the airport. It's like, uh-oh. Yep. And I called you, and you're like, no, it's nothing.
Nothing. Well, I actually left the actual area, and I ended up like in right here by the high school. Well, over there by the high school, and it was pouring rain. And I'm like, oh no. I mean, we still got some time. We still got some time. And then I get back to the freaking like where the actual ring was. No rain, no nothing. It literally went around us, Eric.
You're lucky. This week we're gonna pay for it. We got the remnants of this hurricane coming in.
And right now, today at 50% chance of rain, we're actually looking that's going to start picking up probably around 11 or 12 o'clock today. So it's going to get a little rainy, and it says it's going to rain all the way up until Friday. So guys,
with the biggest rain day being Wednesday.
Yep.
So like our buddy Kevin over at Weather Authority is putting out flood warnings. He said that this is pretty good. This is like a 1998 storm or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I like how you could go back. This reminds me of the 1978 storm that went down.
Right.
How do you do that, man?
He looks at the almanac.
How you guys do it over there?
He looks at the almanac.
Yes, he definitely looks like an almanac. So Eric, how was your weekend? What did you do?
I was with you.
I know how Friday, Saturday, man, it was
right.
freaking
Friday. Oh, hey, we forgot about the mixer. That was great too.
No, the mixer was a beautiful freaking event. I enjoy having the mixer because I always meet new business owners, people that are striving to go ahead and just become a bigger entity in Prescott, Arizona. And
it's bigger than just Prescott. People from Prescott Valley are coming. People from Chino Valley are coming. I mean, that's the funny thing is it's such a small business community. Everybody shows up.
Yes, everybody shows up, and it was a great scenario. We did it on the back patio in the back parking lot, and it was a great opportunity to meet other like-minded business owners and get to know some of the businesses that are out there doing their thing. So I enjoyed that so much that we are going to be put up another one. And tomorrow we got the mastermind meetings going starting at 7 a.m. and I'm supposed to go ahead and do the PEO talk.
Is that tomorrow?
I think I over pushed myself this weekend.
I think you did. You did definitely overpush yourself. Wow.
But whatever, we got to keep on going because this is the things in life right here is that if you don't do it, nobody else will. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's if you're on your own little mission and stuff like that.
That's good.
So, I mean, okay, so a couple of things that are happening, even in Prescott Valley. I mean, I know I was going to talk a little bit about with Kell. We're hoping that he gets here safe. That's number one, get here safe, and also don't get pulled over. And hopefully he's not getting pulled over. And then the other thing is that there was a couple of new things that are happening in Prescott Valley. They actually got Colonel. I forgot Colonel
from the I don't know his name, from his DPS that retired.
Yeah,
he's consulting.
Yeah, he's consulting the Prescott Valley Police Department, which is pretty cool. I mean, I don't know how much more consulting they need besides the fact is what they're doing right now.
Right, exactly. There he is.
How you doing? We were just hoping that you did not get pulled over. Come on over, my friend. We were just talking about some new things.
See you.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Yeah, we're just talking about Prescott Valley.
Good things or bad things?
It's all good things.
Good things.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
So we ended up getting an actual new press release saying that you're going to have a consultant coming in for the Prescott Valley Police Department. And so that's what we're talking about right now. And so I started doing some Googling and I was like, all right, we won't talk about these Googles real quick.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
But anyways, without further ado, man, I kind of like teed you up to give you a place to go ahead and talk about what's new in Prescott Valley, what's going on. You got new businesses, you got new events. I mean, what else are you going to be doing? I mean, just go through over it.
I mean, we got a list of things, right?
Yeah.
People kind of talk about things. And
if you don't know who this guy is, I mean, you might as well introduce yourself.
I'm Mayor Kell Palguta, town of Prescott Valley, just here trying to figure out what's going on. It's Monday morning, right?
You know what's going on. You're telling everybody.
You're like, Martine, why did you freaking book this on a Monday? I'm thinking the same thing, Kell. I was like, man, my weekend was freaking crazy.
So one of the things you threw off is normally this is my Mondays with the mayor time.
Oh, I didn't throw that off.
You booked it, right?
I didn't book it. Yeah, you booked it. Yeah.
So this is my Mondays with the mayor time right here. So if you guys are missing Mondays with the mayor over on my Facebook page, it's happening right here. So this is what we're doing, right?
Well, let's go ahead and put it out there and see what actually is happening with the mayor.
So what do we have going on? Busy weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be moving into September, starting
Wednesday.
And you know what happens in September?
What?
It's my birthday.
Oh, is your birthday month?
It's the end of September too.
I've been talking
so you have to go the whole time.
It's like he's a 2-year-old. Yeah, it's like the whole month.
It is what it is, Kell.
That's all right.
It is what it is, man. I'm happy that I was born.
Big thing in Prescott Valley, September 11th, we have the Healing Fields.
Okay.
So I don't know. Have you guys ever been to the Healing Fields?
Yes, it's so cool.
It is amazing. So the great thing about the Healing Fields in Prescott Valley is there's only 2 in the entire state of Arizona. One in Tempe and one in Prescott Valley. So
how long's that up for?
It's up for it'll go up it'll go up September 10th and then come down 1 week later.
Okay.
So you got to go check it out.
A lot of people were bummed last year; they missed it. They the day after. It's like, well,
no, and it's only up. It's up for about a week.
Okay.
So you got to check that out. And if you haven't seen it, it's approximately 3,000 flags. Each flag represents a person who passed away on 9/11. So it's truly an amazing event. If you want to help set the flags up, September 10th, 7 a.m. You show on up. A bunch of volunteers will be there, and everyone just goes out there and sets up a flag. And it's not just random. Every flag actually has a name tag and a story about the person that passed away.
And sometimes boots on the bottom of it.
There'll be boots that represent a police officer or a firefighter. And then also there'll be teddy bears that represent each child that passed away that day. So it's pretty impressive. And if you go there, and if there's actually someone that you knew that passed away, they track it. You check in at the volunteer desk, and they'll tell you exactly what row, how many flags down, And then you can.
It's pretty
check it out.
organized. Yeah.
That's
No,
huge.
it's
Yeah.
awesome.
No, I think it's one of the coolest things that have kind of like tributed for the September 11th. I mean, it's a
Sure.
huge deal, and I think that we have been talking about it. Chino Valley actually has remnants of the Twin Towers that are put out there. So there's going to be a couple things going on. So we definitely
And
want
it's
to go
Saturday
show
this
that.
year, so you can do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can do it
Yeah.
all. So,
So-
the event in Prescott Valley actually kicks off at 6 o'clock in the evening, but in the daytime they have a Patriot run.
Okay.
So basically, you show up. I'm sure you run like half marathons or something.
I'm
right?
all
Like,
over
that's
it,
what you
man.
do?
When I'm not doing nothing else, that's what I'm doing, guys. I'm running.
So it's a great
Technically
opportunity.
Not running, but I'm running.
So go check that out. But what else we got going on in Prescott Valley? When you guys think of Prescott Valley, what do you think of?
Well,
All the new businesses.
okay, so
Some new businesses.
I mean, there's so many things that have been popping up. Obviously, I watch your page all the time, and it seems like there's a lot of cool things that are happening, and a lot of like political stances that we are trying to justify. But I think the number one thing that I like is the community and how you bring them together. So talk about some of the neighborhood things that you to put together, where you come out and you want the neighborhoods to kind of like just do their own part and bring people together.
Gotcha.
I mean, that sounds like an awesome thing. I mean, I know it's getting into winter, but is there any more of that going on?
So we do a couple things. Usually there's National Night Out, where they have an event where you try to get your block watch party going. But we also do Party on the Porch, which is basically encourages citizens to just go out, meet your neighbors, say hello to them, introduce yourself to them, and then just find a reason to have a potluck.
Okay.
Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
No, I enjoy stuff like that because knowing your neighbor and knowing everybody that's actually doing something in your community, and bringing everybody out, because there's a lot of new transplants, and sometimes it's like, I don't know if I know anybody.
People
Exactly.
go outside. You got to go outside. Yeah.
And that's what it's
yeah.
all about, really.
Yeah.
So that's the important part about people just coming out, getting together, and just, like I said, being a part of I call it the party of Prescott Valley. I talk about politics, Democrats, Republicans, Green Party, whatever. Leave that at home, and then just, if everyone's the party of Prescott Valley, then you're taking care of your brother, your neighbor, the person you go to church with.
Yep.
And then we're so much stronger by just having that mindset and not,
Yeah, you
infighting and
encourage a sense of community, and then your tagline when you were running for mayor was "Every voice heard."
Sure.
And it's never been short of that, because you obviously, whenever somebody tags your name, you're like, yes, you know what? Let's go ahead and talk about that. Let's go ahead and bring the issue up to council. Let's go ahead and bring the issue out to the community. And you've utilized your social media platform to actually do such a thing. Talk about a little bit what your guidance is. I mean, what are you in 2 years now, or?
So no, the mayor of Prescott Valley goes for 4 years. So unlike Prescott goes 2 years for mayor, 4 years for council. Prescott Valley does 4 years for both mayor and council. So 2022, which is
right around the corner,
less than a year away now for the election for Prescott Valley.
Yeah. Okay. So you're up for election again
In next year.
Next year.
So unfortunately,
what day in next year?
August 3rd.
Okay.
August is when the
early.
election will be.
Less than a year.
Literally less than a year,
Yeah.
So, and you can never start too early, I think, getting the message out. And basically the message is just, like I said, a party of Prescott Valley, trying to see what makes Prescott Valley good, what makes it even better, and how we can improve on things.
So is this you saying that you're going to be running again?
No, there's no doubt.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah.
Without doubt.
Bravo.
So-
Well, I think that you have taken your job very, very serious. I mean, and just like we had Mayor Gray up in here, and he was talking about, we only get paid a certain amount.
Sure.
So what that means
You don't
to
do. Wait a
me-
minute. You don't do it for the money.
No, so if you break down, I do about 30 to 40 hours a week. It breaks down to about $6 an hour I make. So,
Nice.
solid money right
So
there.
the idea that comes into mind is that, it's not about the money. It's not about the idea. It's a matter of just putting yourself in a position to help the community in sense. Tell everybody why you decided to do this.
So many people know that I'm a police officer before. So I became a police officer for Prescott Valley because I truly wanted to help the community. I mean, that's what I was all about. It was all about going to work every single day and making a difference. So then when I retired, I was like, well, how can I still make a difference? So I, of course, was volunteering, but there was like, what else can I do? And the opportunity to run for mayor came up, and I figured, you know what? I love Prescott Valley. So why not be able to try to have my voice heard a little bit longer or a little bit louder? And then the citizens that love Prescott Valley, they can come to me and say, hey, you know what? These are some issues that we have. What are we trying to do to make Prescott Valley better? So it was all about trying to make Prescott Valley the best community in Arizona. So,
and I think that it's showing and proving itself. You guys just got the title of Yavapai County. In Yavapai County is bigger city.
Yeah, biggest city
Sure.
now. Yeah.
The biggest city growing in Prescott Valley. A lot of people are talking about the growth and stuff. I know you put out a post saying, "Hey guys, I just want to let you know that this stuff was already approved before I got on." What are you guys planning on doing, or in general, on the growth? I mean, you guys
so we
also
talk about
just-
growth.
you
Everyone
guys-
talks about growth.
You just
right?
bought a bunch of water too for $250,000. Well, not you specifically, but
Right.
Prescott Valley did. Tell everybody what your ideas are.
So we can talk two parts about that. So there's the growth, right?
Mhm.
You always hear about growth, and I throw it out there. Like, how fast do you think Prescott Valley's been growing? Like, a percentage? What do you think?
Yeah, I saw your post.
You already saw it, so
I
that'd be
saw it.
cheating.
Yeah, I'm not cheating.
So,
Yeah,
All right.
Don't
yeah.
cheat.
No cheating.
So people think I do these. They're called Meet the Mayor Roadshow, where I go out to different restaurants or I go to HOAs and I talk to people. And for the last couple of weeks, I've been asking people these same questions, and people have been saying 10%, 20%, 30% increase. And the actual facts is 1.2%. That's all we've been growing since 2018. So it's about 600 people a year. And this isn't my number. This is the United States Census number. Someone already throw it out there?
Yeah,
Yep,
Jennifer's already
somebody saw it. Yep.
There you go, 1.5%. I see that.
Yep.
That
Good morning,
girl, nice
Jennifer.
one.
Yeah, Jennifer Butler's an eagle eye out there. She likes watching.
So is that manageable? That going in a good direction? I mean, are we trying to keep up with our roads? We need to keep up with roads. We need to make sure our police department is still responding and we're still having a safe community. Thing that's interesting is in 2018, town of Prescott Valley was the 16th safest community in Arizona.
Nice.
So there's 81 cities or towns in Arizona. Now we are ranked 9th. So we're only 8 away from number
And
one.
it's hard when you're adding people.
So you're
Yeah,
adding more
yeah.
people, and then your police officers are still out trying to do what they're doing, and we're 8th. So that's not too bad, I think. I mean, we're not
No,
going to stop
it's-
until we're number one.
I like the numbers and sense, but I think what happens is that with a great leader,
Sure.
that it brings a sense of community and effort. You address some of the coolest things ever, and I don't think a lot of people that are delegates kind of address that. They kind of like take the brunt force of some things, but
Sure.
you go head on with it. You're like, listen, if you want to know more about me, you want to know about my track record, you want to know about what has been my life, and before you hear the hearsay, go ahead and be free to ask. So
Sure.
I hate to I want to put it on blast right now. If you guys have a question, go ahead and ask, because we have comments right now. You guys
I see
are all
how it
live
is.
out there.
Yep.
That's
And-
awesome.
And
I
we,
like it.
Yeah.
we can go ahead
Well,
and give
and it's
Cal
funny,
a little
I
opportunity.
I do want to comment because, I know a lot of the other, don't call them out, communities have people replying for them on social media.
Sure,
You-
sure.
You do it. I've seen you.
So,
people tag you, people go, say something, and you're like, no.
No.
You're running it.
And so
Yeah.
that's the point of it is let's face it, sometimes social media can be used for evil purposes, right?
Yep.
I mean, that
Mhm.
happens,
Yep.
right? But for the most part, I use it as try to get a message out, try to get truth, get the facts, hear what people have to say. And there's some people that want to be keyboard warriors that'll try to be the negative Nancy's, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
It is what it is.
And it happens all the time now, because everybody. It's kind of weird, because when you have the ability to say, this is where I am at in my home, I can have this ability to say something, and when you get a platform, you actually utilize that platform.
Mhm.
And so, as right now, Larry is from Chino Valley, and he says, I don't think those census can be true. Since 2018, PV has added at least 600 homes, and they certainly aren't all one-person residents.
Well, Larry, that's true. I mean, one of the things you got to think about is people moving out, people dying. And are the numbers exactly? Do you think the United States government census is 100% accurate? No, of course not. But those are the only numbers we can go off of. I can't make the numbers up. I can only go off of what they tell us.
Well, and I don't think people realize there are a lot of county islands that are being built on.
Sure.
And
Oh,
that
absolutely.
That doesn't count for Prescott
Mhm.
Valley, or even Chino. So.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's definitely
Mhm.
facts there.
Yeah.
So-
So also, Jennifer is saying something about too much in Quellwood.
Quellwood.
Meaning that it's actually growing to a certain point.
Yeah, so we can talk a little bit about Quellwood. Quellwood actually is a subdivision, just like Pronghorn, Granville, Viewpoint, Stone
Mhm.
Ridge, and Quellwood's actually entirely built out. It was approved for 1,200 homes. 1,200 homes are built there. Now there is some talk of an additional subdivision being built next to Quellwood. That is still in the infancy stages. When I say infancy, I mean they haven't even turned anything into the town yet. So it's hard for me to judge or comment on things that haven't even made it to our town yet.
All right. So Jennifer says, I don't know if you can rephrase that. Why building is growing at such a slow rate? rephrase that question, Jennifer, so I can go ahead and ask that question. And Larry says that his point was that you can't, question something that where the census is giving you something.
Sure.
So thank you for
Thanks, Larry.
clarifying, Larry.
Appreciate that.
So this is one of the coolest things ever is to be able to have a platform to go ahead and bring people like you on the stage to go ahead and actually conversate. Because let's just face it, politics in general is going to a wayward. It's going to a wayward where we don't want to be a part of. And community is something that you have established. And allowing people's voices to be heard. That was kind of like the biggest moment of me supporting that whole scene of the mayor, of you being put in mayor. Sure. So one of the things that came up a while ago is that you want to be diversified. You want to go ahead and see Prescott Valley open up to a community and emphasize the unity in community. But what is going to be your campaign for the next?
Well, and I'm going to extend that. What's your vision?
My vision for Prescott Valley.
Yeah,
so
it's important.
There's a lot. There's a lot of moving parts for Prescott Valley. So we have to balance growth. We have to balance our water. We have to still make it a community for families. That was one of the big things for me, is making sure that we provide services to the community that are family oriented. One of the big things I talk about is the town of Prescott Valley is in the customer service business, and every citizen that lives in Prescott Valley is a customer. So how can we make their experience better? And that was through adding splash pads, working on the YMCA. Like, that's huge for Prescott Valley. To be able to have a YMCA in the future is going to be an amazing opportunity for our residents.
Yeah, Prescott Valley being AKA Jackass Flats back in the day. It's like, oh my gosh, man. It's like, dude, we've grown so much. People have been showing pictures of Prescott Valley before, obviously, a certain time. And I've been here since, I don't know how long have you been here in Prescott Valley, but I've been in Prescott Valley where that 5-star car thing was, where the houseboat was there.
The houseboat was back there.
Yeah, the houseboat was that. It was crazy because I swear, guys, I was living in Prescott Valley before. There was only like maybe 10 streets from Highway 69, and then that was it.
10 streets to the north.
Yeah,
that was it.
That was
dirt
it,
roads.
Man. Dirt roads all the way through.
Dirt roads all the way through.
And I swear this is one of the coolest things to be a part of, but at the same time, I would like to go ahead and acknowledge what type of growth is coming and how are you going to moderate it. Obviously, you guys put a couple more roadways. You guys are talking about some more connectors. Tap in on the road construction that you have.
So roads are important, right? Because everyone hates traffic. So early on, Prescott Valley, all we had was north and south, or up until just recently, was Glassford Hill, Robert Road, right? That's all the way to get from Highway 69 to Highway 89. So now we've added the Viewpoint Connector. Have you been on it?
Yes.
Viewpoint Connector goes from basically Bob Edwards Park north of Lone Cactus, and it goes almost all the way to Roberts Market. So it's just another way that we haven't had that connector before. So the point of that is to take traffic off of Glassford Hill, have a north-south connector with no lights, just basically just
like parkway.
Kind of like a parkway, just cruise through, which is great. And then also starting either next month, end of next month, or early October will be Jasper Parkway. So Jasper Parkway is going to be where Stone Ridge is. It's going to go north past Culver's and connect up to the backside of Granville. So, so that's a good road to have there.
Yeah, that's close.
That helps alleviate some of the traffic from Granville, Jasper, and they'll be able to get to Highway 69 a little bit quicker.
And these things are going to be needed. I mean, obviously, you guys taking on the title of bigger city. Now what is it? 44,000?
We're at 46,875. Don't hold me to that, Larry. Okay, that's just the numbers they sound like.
Somebody moved out yesterday.
Larry might want to hold you to a couple things right now, but the question that Jennifer was coming in: why is there so much building going on if we have such a low rate of growth? And I think that you actually pointed this out in one of your posts. Were saying, hey, this was actually established way before I showed up. So I mean, I guess the question is like, is there going to be a slowdown? Are you guys going to go ahead and conscientiously think about growth and infrastructure, water, and stuff like that?
Sure. One of the things, and I talked about this back in, I believe it was 2004, there was 2,400 building permits. Wow. 2,400 in Prescott Valley, new construction building permits. So now we're averaging about, 500 or so, give or take. So think about that. At one point, we had 2,400 new home constructions going on. So what does that really look like for the future? What are we trying to do? Prescott Valley just had a birthday last week. Happy birthday, Prescott Valley.
I know. Where was the fireworks, man?
We should have had something. We should have at least had a cake or something, I thought.
I know, right?
So we just turned 43. So I don't know how old Prescott is. It's like 160 years old.
Something like that, yeah.
I just turned
something
43 at the end of the month, guys.
Oh,
Sorry.
back around to the birthday. That's what it all. Is this normal? Is this how this goes?
This is
Just,
how
Yeah,
it's-
conscientiously, I'm getting everybody ready.
we're getting back around to
Yeah,
his birthday.
next month's gonna suck. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So 43. So think about that. Prescott Valley is still trying to figure out its identity. Prescott's had over 100-year head start on us. What does that look like? How does Prescott Valley form maybe a downtown? What does that?
I think you guys have
direction
done
come
that. I mean, things are starting to center around a lot of that business district. And,
Yeah, exactly. So
Mhm.
one of the projects that's coming forward is going to be a 6-story. I think it's 5 or 6 stories, where it's going to have a down level of commercial, then a few levels of residential, topped off with a restaurant on top and a parking garage.
that'd be cool.
And that's going to be right across from the event center. I haven't seen the details of it, but this is just what they've been
Okay, so
proposing.
now I have the question. In Prescott, actually adopted a nothing over 3 stories. Obviously, I know that that's not true. I guess you got a certain height limit. Is there any restrictions on the height limit? I mean, obviously you said 6 stories, so I guess.
So, yeah. So the height, usually what we have is every project is about 37 feet, 40 feet. But because of the downtown location, obviously the event center is larger than that, and then the hospital is larger than that. So would we put that 6 stories, off of, Robert Road? No, absolutely not. But if you're going to have a downtown area, you got to try to figure that out.
Go up a little bit.
Right?
Yep.
You might as well have it right there across from the event center. If anywhere else are you going to try to do it downtown, that's probably where we need to put it.
Yeah, and obviously, if you guys want to know what stories are, the Civic Center right now is what 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 stories.
Yeah, about 4, right? And then I think there was some. I thought there was
The hotel or the hospital.
The library is right there.
Yeah.
And then they're above that as well. So there is variances for those projects.
And are they going to actually? I mean, I know there's so many questions, but
Sure.
we want to. Is there going to be like a development plan for that area in general?
Yeah, so they have a mastered out area of what that's kind of look
Okay.
like with restaurants or things like that. And obviously everything kind of goes with the flow. Let's face it, things before COVID are much different after
They are.
COVID. So
Okay, so the building that's out there, obviously this happened, way prior than your time. But if you guys go out to that building, like it's an art structure. It's not even like a downtown, courthouse. It's like an art structure. Are you guys going to keep the thing going?
I have no idea how the theme's going to go on those structures.
That was like, wow,
like how the library is.
Yeah, welcome
Yeah.
to the future, guys.
Sure.
Yeah, just
sure.
the design element to it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a little wackier.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I also think that they did as much as they could possibly to have like clean building materials, because I feel like I don't know. I mean, the structure
It
in
looks
general
cool.
is
It
pretty
looks
cool.
nice.
Sure.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I think
And it was
really
it was built in 1999.
Has it been that?
So
Wow.
you think about that, 1999, a long time ago. Things kind of change in regards to designs. So
He
what else we
said,
got out
please
there?
do better. Animal trails, please do better. Prescott was built on animal trails. Oh yeah, we definitely do see that. We have I don't know. Let's talk about the elk that was actually running around Prescott Valley.
Like, did you see that picture?
Yeah.
Dude, that was
the video.
insane.
And the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The video was off the hook.
Yeah,
Never
It was
seen it.
aggressive.
what the heck is going on? I mean, obviously we're getting a lot of water. They're coming down from the mountains. They're like, oh, this is beautiful. Look at all this grass green.
So I remember seeing one elk about 15 years ago over on the hillside across from Target.
Okay.
One time. That's
One time,
it.
yeah.
I only saw it one time
Never
out there.
seen
I'm
it,
like,
yeah.
wow, there's one up there.
Yeah, you know what? This is a trip because I mean, obviously going back and mindset, I was like, I have never ever seen an elk in Prescott Valley, Chino Valley.
And let me tell you that if you guys haven't seen it, go to my page, and then someone had a video on there, and then you'll see a picture. But it was a monster
It was.
It was
It was a
huge.
big buck right
It
there.
was
At,
huge.
what was it? Chick-fil-A.
right by Chick-fil-A, running through the Sam's Club parking lot right
Yeah.
there. So you got to go check it out.
Speaking
It
of,
was
everybody's asking, is there anything going to happen with that Sam's Club? Have you heard anything?
oh my gosh, I wish, right? Like that's truly one of the last things to
Mhm.
kind of come down with. And people always say, this is an interesting, you'll always hear people say, well, why don't we turn it into like a F1 racing entertainment place or for kids or things like that? There's actually CC&Rs that are in place that prohibit entertainment. There's actually a rule they had written in
You
that
can't
says
have any
like,
fun there.
no, it's a no fun zone. It is no family entertainment can be in the Sam's Club building.
Wow.
So it's not the town of Prescott Valley. It's not them trying to sell it to a company that wants to do it. There are rules in place that prohibit that from happening.
Wow, man!
Okay,
Talking about
so
some
now-
rule. Let's read some rule breakers out there.
Wow.
So interesting.
So Maria was saying she loves the music on the greens. It seems like Yavapai College adopted that area
Yeah. So
for some of the entertainment. I mean, they have some pretty big acts. And some people are like, man, I can't believe you had what was that name of that guy? Anyways.
Well, they have the Yavapai College has Sundays, and then the town does Saturdays.
Okay.
So something to think about. It's only for the next few weeks. I think middle to end of September.
Yeah, and then you're done because it's going to start getting cold.
Yeah, exactly.
And then obviously the rain has done a huge thing out there in Prescott Valley. Seeing all the greenery, people are like, man, we need to get a drone up to take a picture of it. Not to go ahead and tell people about or be deceiving that this is what it looks like all the time because, man, I have never seen it so green.
Like crazy. Did it rain at your place last night?
It did.
Yeah, it poured at my house. So, and I'm sure we're gonna get some rain this week. It sounds like
we're looking like it. Yeah.
Oh,
So real quick,
today.
what events are on the schedule? I know you guys are like really like cranking out the events.
Yes.
Fall.
No, definitely. I know we have some. You guys have to go check out events over at the event center. I know they have some concerts coming up. Football just ended, and then I'm not even sure what we have coming up. There's a lot coming up at the event center. So
and
pull
you
that
know
up.
what, guys?
For a while,
good
we were
plug-in right
wondering
now.
about that. Now it's just like that event center's taking off.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's going to be motocross.
Okay.
There's going to be Jeff Dunham's coming next month.
Yeah, I hear
October
about
2nd.
all of that.
Nice. Okay.
So just a plug in. You guys can go ahead and go to the PrescottTimes.com/events, and we'll go ahead and have that right there for you guys. We have so many events happening all over the Quad City areas, but the focus today is on Prescott Valley. If you guys have any questions, you could go ahead and message Kell. How do they get a hold of you, Kell?
I mean, usually they can find me on Facebook, Mayor Kell Palguta. I guess if you just type it into the search, it'll pull up. I tell people, hey, just like you, just follow the page, like it. Doesn't mean they like you, right? But they just want to know what's going on.
That's fair.
And that's how it is.
And he's usually the first to go ahead and talk about it before we even get a message from Heidi Doms. Hey, shout out to Heidi because she's your information officer over there. But yeah, before she even gets it out, he's already on his Facebook page. I was like, all right, fast news. You just go to his page and like it, and then he will actually put that stuff out there.
And Mondays with the mayor, so he should be doing that right now.
And Mondays with the mayor.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, we just got to fast forward this one, but we ended up having a great morning this morning. We talked about the weather. We talked about the past weeks, or the past weekend. We had a huge turnout in downtown Prescott. Well, actually outside of downtown Prescott, but it was amazing. So we want to go ahead and keep that stuff going on. Tell everybody what to look forward. What's in the next week? Yeah, the Healing Fields.
The Healing Fields coming up in September. Check
Don't
that
they
out.
have also a run too?
Patriot Run in the morning.
Yeah.
Got to check it out. All happening right there on the grass between the police department and town hall.
And
Okay.
so before we wrap, is there anything you want to tell everybody that they need to know about you?
You just be excited about Prescott Valley. Know we have great things coming. It takes a community to make a community. So you got to just get involved, be a part of the future. And remember, Party of Prescott Valley is what it's all about. So we just got to get together.
How about Yavapai County?
Party of Yavapai County?
Yeah. Unless you guys are going to have the fight we talked about between the mayors.
I tried to get him to do it, man, but we ended up losing one of the mayors, so I didn't think that Phil would have been able to go ahead and get it. Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
You guys just had your there was a
kickboxing.
Saturday, right? That was on Saturday.
We would have had a grudge match, man. Prescott Valley against
Interesting.
Prescott. I mean, we could still do it. It feels up for it.
So how funny. Party of Prescott Valley. Just remember that, folks.
Yeah,
All right,
I love it,
focus on
I
that.
love it.
Okay, so we got one last comment. Is it something that we could go ahead and talk about?
What do we got? And one of the things, it's not a comment or anything, but I know coming to Prescott Valley is going to be Church's Chicken. They're going to be breaking ground hopefully next month over at Navajo and 69.
Dude,
You guys have there's so much. We're seeing like the smoothie place going in.
Smoothie place, yes. Popeyes.
Popeyes is going. I mean, we're kind of jealous hanging over here. Yeah.
So
well, it gives us all the reasons to go out to Prescott Valley,
Exactly.
and they're right there. It's like a neighbor thing, and everybody that's from Phoenix or even California already knows that a freaking 15-minute to 20-minute drive is nothing to go ahead and check it out. I mean, I heard they also got some good sushi rolls.
Oh, over at the new restaurant right there by Sprouts.
What is it called?
Is it A&Z?
Yeah,
Asian Bistro, I think.
Okay,
Something like that.
Something like that.
I don't know, but I've been there a couple of times and it's amazing. So if you guys
Prescott Valley is like the restaurant place right now.
Yeah, and you know what you guys are going to be getting soon is right on the square is a Colt barbecue. So have you been to Colts?
I have, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, Colts is amazing, and I don't know exactly where everybody's going to park for that besides the parking garage, but man, that place is amazing.
The smell is just going to float over the squares.
Yeah,
it's going to be amazing. Yeah, you guys are going to, it's going to rock. So they're great.
We're certainly excited, and we know Prescott Valley is where it's at. I mean, I'm trying to do another one of these here, or in Prescott Valley. So.
Yeah, you know why can't this be? Why can't we have this as like Prescott Valley?
We want to.
Like when I come on, this should be Prescott Valley.
Yeah, we tried a couple of things, but Eric's like, no, not until we go ahead and iron out the green screen. obviously we're gonna.
Yeah, we said
Fair
get
enough.
on that. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Awesome.
All righty, sir.
We can go ahead and try to change it up. But anyways, guys, you guys already know how the Prescott Times rolls. And if you guys want to know more about what's going on in Prescott Valley, please follow his page. I mean, he actually tells it how it is. And when time, you'll always give the information before giving to the news.
No, I don't
Since
know.
I am in the news.
I can't. I don't
You
have anything
can't
to
hide
say
that.
about that. I don't know. So sorry.
And before we actually leave, guys, we obviously love to go ahead and give something to everybody. We're going to go ahead and say, I love Prescott Valley in the comments right now. And we're going to go ahead and pick somebody to go ahead and win an actual
What's
gift
the gift
certificate.
certificate for?
Oh, you know, the part about this is, oh, I got it. I got a special gift for you guys. I got a special gift.
Look how excited you got.
Yeah.
You just realized what it was. Yeah.
Because I wanted to go ahead and be like, I got some Prescott Valley gift cards, but I don't. I actually have a gift. It's a really nice gift. You guys are gonna love it.
Nice.
So, in order for you guys to do that, you guys got to post in the comments, I love Prescott Valley.
All right, so there's Logan.
Yep.
I like that.
Gene. All right, who are you picking? How are you
Keep
doing?
going.
So we're gonna
keep
get
going,
Let's
keep
go
going.
here. How's this work?
Yeah, keep going. So we're gonna go ahead and roll the partnerships that have kept the Prescott Times going,
Nice.
and then I'll come back and we'll go ahead and get a winner. So let me go ahead and roll those credits. Here we go.
Like,
All right,
looking
guys.
good.
Give you a couple more minutes. I love Prescott Valley. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with Prescott Valley, right? Let's go.
There's nothing wrong with Prescott Valley.
What's that?
When you visit the for
Have
weather
you seen
study,
the
I
Weather
definitely
Force
want
guy
to
who's
try
posted?
that out.
No.
He's huge on Facebook. That's who Kevin is.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the guy out there posting, "You're going to die if you don't listen to my weather report."
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
that
really
guy.
good too. He's the Johnny Depp of weathermen, man. I mean, he's in.
Well, how do I get on that? Where's that
It's
at?
called was it Arizona Weather Force.
Arizona Weather Force. You're gonna. It's
Okay.
really in depth.
All right.
And he's kind of dramatic when he does it. I love it.
He is. All right, you got to do your
All right.
picking.
Go.
All right.
grab someone.
You know what? We're gonna go with Diana Henderson La Talipia.
There you go. All right, sold.
Diane, good job.
Diane. Okay, so this is what you have to do. You
Arizona
have to
Weather Force.
literally go and message us your information, and then we're going to have it here at the PEO office for you to pick up. And Annie, you're out there, and Heather, you're out there. You guys still have your gifts sitting out there,
Nice.
like also lonely.
Yep, sitting up at the front. There you go. All
Well,
right.
thank you, sir. Thank you so much for being a part of the morning show. And with that being said, guys, peace, love, and happiness. Let it not be war. Remember, love always wins. We'll see you
Nice.
guys tomorrow.